Hey guys, James Meder here. I am super lucky today because Oscar Amor is here today.
That's right, Oscar Amor here with James Meder at
PIQUE Recording.
That's right.
So thanks for joining us, guys. And today we're going to be taking a look at a session that we worked on together, this tune. Yeah. And it's called... What's it called?
It's called Do We Ever Know?
Do We Ever Know?
And does that song answer the question? Perhaps.
I was going to say we don't know. But yeah, we're going to dig into the track, but really briefly, just wanted to ask Oscar a couple questions about the record. It sounds great. You've been here the last day and a half just putting some of the tones through analog.
Yeah, it's really helped.
Been cool. Yeah, I think it's really beefed it up and made things better, and that's what we want to share with you guys today.
Oh yeah,
is a little bit of that process. But yeah, do you have any thoughts? Anything you want to talk about for the record? Like
the record. It was kind of interesting. I guess I'll just start when we did our song. You know, Do We Ever Know? I already had like, it was like started from like 30 demos down to like maybe 15 songs, and then I remember we did one from scratch. Yeah. And it was actually near the end of the whole process. Like I already kind of was narrowing down songs, but then we did one from scratch and just kind of jammed. A lot of live bass. I think you played live bass on the one we did together, and then
you played some synth.
Yeah, I played some synth, played some guitar on it, and you ended up singing the tune we did together.
Did some vocals on it.
And yeah, man, it really came together, and that's kind of how the rest of the album is. A few featured artists, Jackie Nelson is on it, Shauna Gilfix is on it, Elijah Knowles on it, and then I'm singing some songs, and then some electronic elements mixed with some real guitar, real bass, some real synths, and some real analog gear on the mix session.
Sounds great, and I was pretty excited to kind of sit back here and like look over your shoulder to see what you're doing, because you do a lot of techniques that I don't really know about,
man.
Like different pitch shifting and sampling and like processing things that are a little bit different than what a lot of the stuff I do in the kind of the indie rock kind of world. So it's really interesting. And
for the EDM stuff, sometimes I just like to... It's not really EDM, it's electronic. Somewhere along the way, EDM became a bad word.
I don't know if it's bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's electronic, and it's kind of dance music, so I guess it's electronic dance music. But, it's like sometimes some sounds I just like to really pitch shift and mess up, and some sounds I like to like leave kind of organic. And I always shoot for like the blend.
Yes, there's a good blend in there. Like you were just showing me a couple minutes ago about you have the 808 on the very low end, and then you have an electric bass playing the same part above that.
Yeah.
And that's like an old school thing. They used to do that like on old Nashville records. They have it's called the tic tac bass.
Really? I didn't even know that.
You're using it in a completely different way.
Nice.
But it's the same kind of vibe where they would have, I think they would have like a stand-up bass, and then maybe like a baritone bass or something higher up, like an octave up or something.
Oh, yeah.
Just so the stand-up would be like the really subbiness.
Yeah.
And then the electric bass would be like the definition. And that's exactly what you were doing.
Yeah, I used it. I did that on a couple songs where the electric gives the definition, and then the synth bass gives that low feel vibe. It's funny though, on Do We Ever Know, it was more of like a different sections. Where the electric bass plays in like the verses maybe, and then it moves on to like the synth bass and the pre's, and then finally the 808 comes in on the drop. And that's that's similar to like I guess if you think I grew up playing in bands myself, so it's like if you're thinking in band terms, it's sort of like passing the part around as opposed to like everyone playing at the same time.
Sure, yeah,
kind of thing. Which both methods work depending on the song and the vibe.
Yeah, nice, man. Well, that's great, and I hope. I think we should dig into the session.
All right, I'm ready.
See some sounds. We're hoping to share some signal paths with everyone that we were getting on the analog end, and kind of just, I don't know, see how we beefed that song up and sing.
Oh yeah, I mean it's crazy how much the analog output, gear just gives it that extra definition.
Yeah, some character and.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it really shapes it really musically. So we were really stoked on what we came up with. So let's check it out.
All right, let's check it out.
Oscar, that was great. Thanks so much for sharing that insight.
Thank you,
on
man.
Those tracks. That was a lot of fun, and I learned a lot of different stuff that you're going for, different sounds and techniques that you were doing in there. So
thanks, man.
Maybe you did as well. So thanks for joining me, and best of luck with the record. Do you have any?
Thank you.
Idea when it might be ready?
I'm gonna try to release it early spring. Yeah, okay. February. Probably start rolling out the singles in February, and then full album by March. Really excited.
All right, well, go check it out when it's out there. And
Oscar de l'Amor.
Oscar de l'Amor.
James Meder.
Right on. All right, thanks, guys. Thank you, Oscar. And we'll see you sometime.
Sounds good,
in the
man.
Future.
Thanks.